We started at the Harbormaster's office to hear about changes coming this spring to our bay. A major change after approximately 50 years, recreational shellfishing is once again allowed, as is the leasing out of oyster beds.
So new in fall of 2014 was the opening of the inside harbor side of Plymouth Beach for recreational shellfishing. This area has been closed for, as far as we can determine, up to 50 years ago, and we've actually been able to open it due to the water quality and about 3 years of testing with the Division of Marine Fisheries for recreational shellfishing. So the area is actually about halfway. There's the day parking area about halfway down Plymouth Beach, and the newly opened area, it's the entire flat on the harbor side out to Beach Point. So it was open in fall 2014. The spring season has just kicked off as of April 1st, and we've talked to a number of individuals that have been out there enjoying soft shell clams, quahogs, razor clams, and this is very important to us because of the accessibility. Previously it was sakewish, which is really tough to get to. Some of the projects that have caused the water quality to improve have been no discharge area, which means you can't discharge treated or untreated boat sewage. The Harbormaster pump out boat, which is the vehicle to get the sewage from the boat into the wastewater treatment. The Camelot wastewater treatment plant and other stormwater projects that have dealt with mainly roadway runoff to actually increase the water quality. So the newly opened recreational shellfishing area extends from the day parking area on Plymouth Beach, and it works its way to the north, including the entire shoreline on the harbor side of Plymouth Beach.
We're in Plymouth Harbor, and we're looking at an aquaculture lease site that the town's been working on. You can see the gear out on the flat, and what the site does is it has the lease areas where we have farmers growing oysters that eventually they'll grow up to size, market size, and sell to local restaurants, including ones here in Plymouth. The gear is a series of bags and cages where the oysters are actually grown from very small size up to market size, approximately a couple years to get them to that size before they're sold. Well, right now we have 5 leases, but in the next few months you'll start to see the entire flat get leased out very quickly. We've done some permitting to assist the individual lessees, who will then only need to get their Army Corps permit, and then that entire flat will be covered with oyster farmers. Yep. An oyster farmer would have to get out here with all his gear and equipment, set it all up, continually make sure that it's not getting fouled by weather or organisms, that everything is growing the way it should be, and he's got to do that in adverse conditions. So tidal conditions, fall, spring weather, it's farming, but it's on the water, so it's even that much more difficult.
The town has been working hard to remove dams and clear waterways for river herring to migrate and spawn in a natural habitat. This fish is native to our land and is an important food source for several other species.
So we're at the mouth of Town Brook, and we're looking upstream at the Water Street Bridge, which was a project that was done this fall and winter to replace the bridge structure. As part of that, we also constructed a rock ramp to go over the dam that was there. The reason for that was to allow all fish, but especially river herring, to get up to Town Brook during all tide cycle events. Previously, they could only get by at high tide, and this will allow river herring to not only get up to the stream, but ultimately get up to their spawning habitat, which is the real goal, so that that herring run can be sustainable going forward.
Our final topic was sharks. As we approached the swimming season, PCN In Depth wanted to know what was being done to keep our waters as safe as possible, as sharks have been seen in our waters.
So after September last year, we had a shark actually attack a kayak, so for this winter we've been planning for the next beach season, 2015. And most importantly, communication with the community, surrounding community, and also beach protocols. So when do we take a sighting as confirmation, and when do we close a beach, when can we leave it open? And also for this upcoming year, we're going to have shark acoustic receivers. We're working with Division of Marine Fisheries and the White Shark Conservancy to place receivers. And basically what that does, Division of Marine Fisheries tags white sharks off of Chatham with acoustic tags. And anytime a shark will swim by one of these buoys or receivers, it basically hears the ping from the tag, and it's received on the receiver end, and then we get a time, date stamp of when that shark was near that buoy. The big question now is frequency. So how many sharks are out there? We really don't know. I mean, obviously, there was a sighting in Duxbury just before the attack in September, and the question is, how often are they there? How many individuals? And the limitation of the receiver buoys, though, are the fact that the shark has to be tagged. So there can also be other great whites in the area that we're not picking up. But we're really trying to get a handle on, or get an assessment on the number and frequency of the sharks. But I would guess for now, you probably will see them. There'll be signs for next year as well.